Ever wanted to learn how to easily add this nice breadcrumb element to your Bootstrap website or web pages? Well, stay tuned. I'll show you how. Welcome to Code Made Easy video tutorials presented by Blackstar Code Academy, where we make learning to code easy. For complete, easy to understand and detailed coding video tutorials, visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/CodeMadeEasy. Here you'll find in-depth coding instructions and lessons that are easy to understand and follow. So visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/CodeMadeEasy. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. In this tutorial, I'll be showing you how to add this nice breadcrumb element to your Bootstrap website and web pages. So the first thing we need to do is go ahead and install our Notepad++ HTML editor. You can download it from notepad++.org, and we'll be working with version number 6.0 because that gives us the resources that we need. Now, back on my finished page, you see these additional elements here. These are card elements. You can review the tutorial on how to add cards to your Bootstrap website and web pages. We have a tutorial on that, but we'll be working with the breadcrumb element here in this tutorial. I'll leave a link to this tutorial in the description box below. So now back in our editor, we want to include our links to our Bootstrap CDN. So we'll have to add the links to the Bootstrap CDN in the head section of our page. You can find links to the Bootstrap CDN here by going out to getbootstrap.com. And what you do is you scroll down the page and you add the CSS links here to the head section of your page, as well as the JavaScript links here. You add all these links to the head section of your website pages. In each and every page, and I'll leave a link to that resource in the description box as well. So this is on my finished page. Now let me go back over to my test page, which is here, and you see there's no breadcrumbs there, so that's what we're going to do today. So back down in my breadcrumb sections, which is just beneath my navigation area, I'm going to include a div. Okay, so I'll do an opening div tag and a closing div tag. Okay, and I want to open up that div because I'm going to add some elements inside there. And the next element I'm going to add is a navigation tag. So it's going to be an opening nav tag and a closing navigation tag. Okay. And within that, I'm going to open that up and I'm going to add a ordered list tag. Now there's a difference between ordered list and unordered list. So this is going to be an OL tag and a closing OL tag. That stands for ordered list. And you can learn all about Bootstrap lists and HTML on our Patreon page at patreon.com/CodeMadeEasy. So I want to open up that ordered list, those ordered list tags. I'm going to put some line items or list items inside there. So it's going to be my first one. So I'm going to do an opening LI tag and a closing LI tag. Okay. And then I'm going to start assigning classes to each one of my tags. So what we have so far is we have our div here, our opening closing div tag, our opening closing nav tag, our ordered list tags, and our line item tags. So the first class that we want to add is a class to our div here. So we're going to assign that a class equals double quotes, and then we want to make it a Bootstrap class of container-fluid because we want our container to be fluid. Okay, when I mean fluid is if I go back to my finished page, you see if I minimize the screen, you see that everything collapses. So, and this is the div that has the class container fluid assigned to it, and it collapses in place and renders correctly. So now I'll go back to my markup, and the next class is I want to add a class to my opening OL tag, and that's going to be a Bootstrap class of breadcrumbs. So I'm going to add the class equals double quotes and then the word breadcrumb. Okay, I'll add that to that opening OL tag. Now the next class, I want to add a class to my first line item or list item. So I'll add a class equals double quotes, and this is going to be breadcrumb, the word breadcrumb hyphen item class. Now this is a Bootstrap class as well, okay? And I'm just going to add some link tags to this same line. So I'll go over and add my opening link tag and my closing link tag. And I'm going to link it. It's just going to go nowhere. So it's just going to be href equals double quotes. And then I'm going to put the pound sign because this is going to have the label of home, okay? So I put the word home in between my opening link tag and my closing link tag, okay? So that completes the first line item. So I'll perform a Control S to save edits to my markup and go back to my page. Just a second. Okay, go back to my page. And this is my test page, and as you see, there's no breadcrumbs there, but if I refresh the page, you see that my breadcrumb bar is starting to take shape, okay? So now I'm going to add my next line item to my ordered list, okay? So I'll go over to my closing li tag and I'll hit enter. I'm going to do opening line item tag or list item tag and a closing line item or list item tag. And I'll add my class of class equals double quotes and then breadcrumb from the word breadcrumb hyphen item. And then I'll do my link tags, a opening link tag and my closing link tag. And I'll add my link to my first opening link tag equals double quotes, and it's pound because it's not going anywhere. And I'll just label this a page number 1, okay? So this is what we have so far. We've got our div. We've got our div that's assigned a class of container fluid. Then we've got our next tag, which is our nav tag, because this is a navigation tag. And then we've got our ordered list opening and closing tags with the opening tag assigned the class of breadcrumb, okay? And then we've got our line items here, and they both assign the class of breadcrumb item. Now just to let you show you what that looks like, I'll perform a Control S to save edits to my markup, go back to my test page and refresh the page, and there you go. So and this is what the breadcrumb class, the function of the breadcrumb class does. It provides this little forward slash here in between each one of the line items for your breadcrumb. So now I'll do my third and final line item. I'll go opening li tag, closing li tag, and then I'll assign a class to that as well. Class equals double quotes and then breadcrumb hyphen item. Okay, and then I'll put my link there as well. My link tag, my opening link tag, and my closing link tag there. And I'll do my href and link it to no page at all. We don't have a page for that. And now I'll label that a page of 2. Okay, so I put my page label in between my opening link tag and my closing link tag there. So just to show you what that looks like, I'll perform Control S, save the edits to my markup, go back to my test page, refresh the page, and now you see that the breadcrumbs are starting to take shape. Now, one thing I did want to do is I want to move this a little bit further away from my navigation bar. So what I'm going to do is add some linear styling. You can learn all about linear styling and nonlinear styling on our Patreon page at patreon.com for detailed tutorials. So what I'm going to do is add a style, some linear styling to my first div there within my breadcrumb section. So I'll type in the word style equals double quotes, and then I want to add the property of padding, and I want to make that 60 pixels, okay? So that'll move it 60 pixels. Actually, I just want to make that 40 pixels, okay? So it's 40 pixels instead of 60, okay? Go back to my test page, refresh my page, and there you go. So now it kind of lines up with my elements here further down my page and moves it away from the bottom of the navigation bar, okay? So now I want to kind of close this gap between my card elements and my breadcrumb element. So what I'm going to do is add more linear styling, and I'm just going to use the margin property, CSS margin property. You can learn about CSS on our Patreon page at patreon.com/code made easy. So I'll do a margin hyphen bottom and then followed by a colon, and I want to make that minus 60 pixels, okay, followed by a semicolon. Okay, so I'll go back to my page and I'll refresh the page. As you see that the elements have moved a little bit closer to my breadcrumb element, just like I like. So now I just want to kind of test it and see how it looks responsively. So I'll just go ahead and minimize the window, and you see that everything kind of collapses in place. Got my navigation there and my breadcrumb and my elements a little bit further down the page. Now this concludes this lesson on how to add breadcrumbs to your Bootstrap website and web pages. For complete lessons, you can visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/code-made-easy. And again, I'll be leaving links to the Bootstrap CDN as well as the links to the video which shows you how to add the card elements to your page in the description box below this video. And I'll see you in the next video.